Come join the Chira Project. Become a full-time family member for life. Join the madness, and where things just might get weird. Now, here's your host, Chira.
Hello, world! How are you doing today? Are you feeling alright? This talk show, like always, is unfiltered. So if you're offended by any of the content, we do apologize. Also, we are not responsible for any factual or fictional urban legends claimed to have been witnessed or experienced by other people immediately, probably like the day or two after we discuss it. But anyways, please help me welcome in my fabulous co-host, Richard Zom.
I'm not even going to try with the fabulous anymore. I've given up on that. I'm just not going to go there. Hey, but what's going on, freaks and geeks and my radio listeners? It is I, Richard Zom. I'm back again with another episode. I love y'all.
And he's going to give you guys your recap of the week.
All right, you guys know the routine. Put the speaker to the ear or the ear to the speaker because I don't want to have to say it twice. Recap. Last week we got down with an awesome episode of The Unexplained, talk about Bloody Mary and her scary, crazy female self. And next week we're going to follow in suit, keeping the whole theme going. We're going to give you guys another episode of The Unexplained. This time we're talking about La Llorona, the crier, the wailer, the scary one that your abuelita would tell you because you didn't want to go to bed to scare the bejeebus out of you. Yes, that's who I'm talking about, that crazy, scary, crying woman who is known for drowning her kids, etc., etc., etc. And with that, I'll pass it back over to Kira.
Alright, but today there's no current events happening in this world this week. So with that said and done,
Really? No news at all? No news whatsoever? Well, I guess nothing interesting enough to be put on here for us.
Okay, Mr. Smartass, what do you think you have that's interesting?
The only thing I heard about, continuing with the theme about when he told me about the kid who stabbed a bunch of people at school.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, well, now you posted this up on the Facebook page, and I read it before we started to do the show right now, and there was something about, there was a bus crash a few days ago involving a school bus full of high school kids. You got hurt, you got messed up, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families who unfortunately lost a child to that incident. That was a very Final Destination-ish freaky accident. Hence my whole reason why I don't watch those Final Destination movies, because reality can happen to you, and that's case in point. Sorry you guys had to be taken out of the world like that. That was a really effed up way to go, but I hope you guys didn't feel nothing. You're all at peace. You guys are doing good up there, playing all kinds of crazy volleyball and drinking all the alcohol you want since you're underage.
But for more inside scoop in all the news whatsoever, please head on over to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/The Chira Project, where all of your news and paranormal stuff is up there, and for you to just dive right on in there.
Yeah, get your whole cultural melting pot on.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, this segment for this show is none other than the creepy guy himself, Candyman.
Damn. Shivers just went up my spine. No.
Okay, there are 3 films by the Candyman. 1992, which was the first Candyman that ever were to exist. 1995, Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh. And finally, 1999, Candyman 3, Day of the Dead.
Oh man, that sounds like a George Romero crossover promo right there. But I have seen, I believe I've seen the first two of those movies. I have yet to see the one that Chira just mentioned, but those are some awesome classic horror movies. Those were, all, like she said, all 1990 theme horror movies based on, the folklore and the legend of Candyman. It was a Clive Barker horror film that initially came out, and one of my favorite guys, who is considered a legendary B-rated movie actor and horror actor, as you would say, but Tony Todd portrayed Candyman, and he did an excellent portrayal of that. Because again, like I said, me and all my listeners know that even though I'm into the rock and goth theme, you guys know that I'm a big chicken when it comes to stuff. Yes, Candyman even scared the crap out of me at times, because that's just not cool. Big, scary, angry dude with a hook, and coming after you. No, not cool. Good movie, but it's not cool.
Back in the 70s, this happened when my older brother was little. There was a story that hit. Now, you know how people go around word of mouth, and inevitably, in the long run, this story could have created Candyman, but I'm not sure what the true story is. If you guys know, please let us know. But the story that went down back in the 70s was a little boy went to the bathroom. Okay, come on. Knowing that his mom should have just taken him to the women's bathroom rather than having a small child, walk into a men's bathroom by himself, because when in doubt, the little boy took forever. And the lady asked one of the male workers who worked there to make sure her son was okay. Well, he was on the floor bleeding so bad, and here's why. His pecker got chopped off.
Oh, dude, foul play. Not to the little homie. That's messed up, man.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that story, what created Candyman or not. I mean, you know how word of mouth gets around. A lot of people will say, "Oh yeah, that is the story. That is Candyman." And it's like, come on. I mean, now it's like the 21st century. The dude must be, old by now. But I mean, we all know that when people get, so interested in, certain stories, there are copycats out there.
Yeah. Well, Candyman, as you start listening to it, if you've read the tale about it, and as we're going to tell you guys about it, it's very similar to the Bloody Mary, I guess you can say, series, franchise, folklore. It's very similar to that. The only difference is this guy is a dude, and he does the whole same thing. You go in there, and if you're dumb enough to say his name a couple different times in front of a mirror to invoke and provoke him, he's going to come at you with a rusty hook. I recommend you guys don't do that. And the fact that one lady let the kid go to the bathroom by himself, this is why in our day and age we have this thing called the buddy system. You don't go to the restroom without your tag team partner. You got to roll with a homie. So at least either he can run to save your life, or both of y'all going to die. It has to be fair. It has to be fair. That's all I'm saying. You're going down a trooper, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. But, okay, but on this version of Candyman, there was a story, and this story was written by Michael Price, and the story is The Crime of Candyman, the Dick Who Ruined Pixie Stick. The father is charged in Halloween death, and come on, we all know the story on, when we go to Halloween, when we go to, trick-or-treating, and when, we're so excited to get our candy, but our parents wouldn't let us sit down and just gorge ourselves on candy. They always had to check the candy, and it got to the point.
I never believed that though, Kira. Our parents saying we need to check our candy. I never believed that. I strictly believe there was the whole thing that we had to go do all the walking for the candy. We came home with the candy. Our parents said, oh yeah, we got to check it and make sure there's no poison or razor blades in the apples and stuff like that. And we all know, what was our parents doing, Chira? They were picking out the best pieces of candy for themselves. You selfish, selfish bastards, you.
Well, that might be the case, but not where I lived. Where I lived, every Halloween, usually some young child dies because of Halloween candy. And it got so bad where we had to take our candy to a police station and have it run through this machine to check to see, you know, what's in it. And then after that, they go and check each and every piece by hand after that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's how bad it got. But, I mean, pixie sticks are just, you know, the one case in how, candy, you know, could get messed up.
You can put what do you call it? You can put, like, powder cleaners in there, like Comet, or Ajax, or cocaine, or anthrax.
Well, that's, you know, what it says here on the list, you can take your pick on, you know, what you might find in your candy. Yeah. Either, like, cocaine, meth, poison, anthrax, or pure powdered Armageddon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was also well documented and legendary, you know, and that people used to put razor blade in their apples being assholes, which wasn't a cool move. Part of my language just kind of gets me kind of mad because kids just want candy. They don't want to get jacked up.
Yeah, well, there was a cartoon. I forget what cartoon it was. I think it was a cartoon. It could have been a movie or like a TV series. But anyways, it was like this one guy going around passing out candy, but he, you know, kind of drugged the candy. You would stick needles in the candy and just you know, fill them. And
bastards. And
his wife, you know, always got suspicious and whatever. And until finally one year she, you know, had enough. Decided to, I guess, put something in his food and he ate it and he ended up dying because of it.
Well, good. You were sitting there trying to poison kids. You got what you deserve, you mean candy poisoning mofo.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'd be, you know, kind of, suspicious if somebody, you know, were to hand a child, like, an apple or something. It's like, really? You couldn't get an actual candy? Apples,
yeah,
really?
I mean, all parents are going to take precautions. Like you said, it's all for the safety and welfare of their kids. But, as I come to think about it, isn't it kind of funny? We're sitting here, we're talking about the Candyman. We're actually talking about kids and candy-related deaths because people poison them and stuff like that. But could you imagine if the Candyman really got smart about his whole technique and he's sitting there, if you were ever to get away from the Candyman and he couldn't get you, or he was taken out with his last dying breath, without it being a curse, he can always go, regardless if I didn't get you, the diabetes will. It's like, that's foul play, bro. That's so wrong, because I'm a diabetic. You son of, I got that. No, I can't. I can't. It's messed up.
Yeah, but there's this one quote. It says here, resilient is fruitful when it is the Candyman who got you hooked. Fear the legend, fear the Candyman.
Oh, that's a good one. Pay attention to it, our listeners. Always for the Candyman.
Yeah, but, you know, the thing is, okay, yeah, it's similar to Bloody Mary, but, you know, with Candyman, you really don't have to turn on the sink, flush the toilet 3 times, and then chant his name 5 times. No, you just say his name like a dumbass in the mirror.
Yeah, he ain't messing around. He mad. he don't play none of that incantation stuff. No, you just say his name from the mirror, and if you're the unlucky one, you'll know it because he'll pop out and mess your day all up. Mm-hmm. But to go on that for you guys, here, let me break it down to you. Here, I'm gonna give it to you real quick. Legend of the Candyman is said to have been. He was supposed to be a real live person. He was supposed to be this really amazing artist. He worked. Well, I mean, he was kind of almost like a slave. He was around that plantation era, which also ties into the lady in white theory that we're going to talk about on our voodoo episode, The Unexplained. But it said he was a gifted artist that was commissioned by a plantation owner to paint a portrait of their daughter. Well, lo and behold, I guess the daughter had a little bit of jungle fever in her because daughter and artist here fell in love. And, you know, back in those days, that was a severe no-no. So with me not having to give you guys the rest of the story, you guys pretty much know what happens. The plantation owner, Papa, found out that his daughter had a little bit of jungle fever, got really mad, and set a mob out after the poor dude who was the artist. Now, just to let you guys know, the name of this gentleman who is said to be the originator and the original Candyman, it was artist Daniel Robitaille. It's Robitaille, Robitaille. Really cool name, by the way, dude. Much props to you, Candyman. So he gets chased out of the whole area here by a mob. They hunt him down, and they land up killing him in a swamp, because that's what's around there in those type of times, because they're in New Orleans. Yeah, they go ahead, they beat up poor old Candyman, Daniel there. Beat him up so bad, to the point that, you know, he was already on the verge of dying. But to make it even better, they cut off his right hand, his artist hand, with a rusty saw or a knife, whatever the case may be. But they cut off his hand, they beat him pretty much to death. And as he's sitting there dying, to add insult to injury, they douse the man in honey and throw him on top of a pissed-off beehive. Talk about really getting someone mad at you. Whoa. So as poor Daniel there is suffering from massive, internal injuries from getting beat up and left for dead, now he gets doused in honey and thrown on top of a pile of angry bees. Now the bees doing the rest of the work for him. So as he is dying, guaranteed, because at this point he is so screwed he even realizes it. So he's sitting there dying on his last, couple breaths of his deathbed. He sends out a curse to these guys, saying that he's not going to stop. He's going to come back for his revenge on all of those who abused him or continue to do wrong in his name. So you can take that with a grain of salt. So not only is he coming back for y'all, the ones who beat him up, but if anybody, like Chira said, is dumb enough to play with the man's name, and he ain't real, Kenny made this, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, be smart. Go ahead, Superman. Go get your Superman thing on. Go ahead. Go be a hero. Find out what happens to you. It's bad.
And this is probably why some people don't even have mirrors in their house till this day.
Yeah, it's gonna be you're gonna see some poor kid coming home who's like 26-year-old, still living at home, big old comic nerd. He'd be crying, run through the front door. Mom, I cut my hand off. It didn't work. I thought it was gonna be super. Oh my God, he cut my hand off. Oh, it don't work. They lied. They lied. Oh, you guys might want to run too. He's still after me. Oh God, it hurts so bad.
Oh my God. Wow.
It's true. I'd be gone. I'm sorry. I ain't doing it. I don't even say my own name 3 times in a row for fear what happens to me.
The only time people would repeat the name over and over and over again is if you're in the bedroom doing the no-no.
Okay, there you go. Well, now with that one, I'm okay with. That's for that's for the both pleasures on both sides of people participating in it. It's not meant for anything else. But if you were those freaky kind who like to use candles and stuff, well then you're asking for it if you don't do it the correct way. We're saying it's good to say it in that light, not to say it in the other light. Just whatever. I'm gonna stop now.
But I mean, come on. We all know that there are some freaky people out there in this world who loves danger, who thrives on all the weird shit. Believe me, because I had friends like that.
Yes, I have friends who are like that too. That's why Chira says strictly in the beginning of the show, we're not responsible for any stuff we're talking about, y'all. So if any of you get the wild scheme or high brain idea, don't send me hate mail. Don't send her hate mail. The fact like, oh, me and the girlfriend decided to have, relations in the bedroom, and we had the mirror, and while we were doing it, we thought it was a good idea to say Candyman's name. That's your own dumb butt fault.
Yeah, because we said it in the beginning.
Exactly. If you end up having relations and think it's a good idea to invoke a Bloody Mary or the Candyman while you're doing so, one, you are so jacked up in the head, you need therapy before you need sex. And two, why would you want to do that at the same time? I'm a thrill seeker too, but I don't want no homicidal maniac chasing after me while I'm trying to get a piece of tail. That's just crazy. That only happens in the horror movies. And you know what happens to the couples that do that? They're usually the first ones to die.
And then you see them running butt-ass naked out of the bedroom.
So, listeners, heed my warning. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It ain't a video game. Even though I love video games, you can't repeat and come back to life. No, it don't work that way. Don't do
it. Yes, do not do it unless you're just sitting back and like, I'm just gonna do it anyways. Nope. You're just the dumbass then.
Nope. Enjoy the orgasm. Don't enjoy the damaged organ when he stabs you.
Yes, with his rusty hook. You don't know where that rusty ass hook has been.
That's a guaranteed tetanus shot, I'm telling you.
Exactly. Or your ass is going to wind up in the hospital for an even bigger problem.
Well, see, like, now that I've read that legend, right?
Uh-huh.
How jacked up is that? Here it was, guys just trying to draw a picture of his daughter. It ain't his fault that the daughter's unbelievably breathtakingly beautiful. They fall for one another. Mm-hmm. Dad's like, well, no, you're not of our same race. We ain't down for that. And sorry, fella, gotta beat you to death. It's like, that's such a raw deal, man. It's like, he didn't ask for it to happen. It just kind of did.
Right?
So wrong. So wrong.
I don't know, but I mean, okay. This is, one of the things that I actually wanted to talk about, to cover the whole, Martin Luther King Jr. on, the whole racism thing. He was the first one who, abolished the racism and, said that, everyone, in unity can, come as one.
Yeah. Well, Abraham Lincoln was the one who got the ball rolling on it, then Martin Luther King jumped in later. But, it's just, it's one of those things, it's okay. I know the man was mad, right? The father who initially hired Daniel to do the painting of his daughter. I understand he's mad. But it's like, do you really need to kill the guy? It doesn't state whether they had, whether Daniel and the daughter had relations or anything. They were just in love. You didn't really need to kill the guy. You could have just told him, hey, you're banished, dude. We're throwing you in another state. You can't come back or you're going to get your butt kicked. But no, that wasn't the case. Poor Daniel, being the awesome artist he was, literally died for his craft. That's why big respect up to Candyman. You died for your craft, man. You were in love, and you were in love with your art. That's so much respect right there. But just don't come try to stab me in the middle of the night, because I ain't going to say your name. Don't do it. No. I'm already diabetic. I don't need no Candyman chasing me because that's a double idiom right there. I'm going to be screwed on both ends either way. I'll stab you with an insulin pen. Don't mess with me. Don't you do it.
Oh my God! Wow. But in every town there is always a different legend, a different side to the story. Whatever it is, it's probably still the same thing. But now let me just read to you guys this first paragraph that Michael Price wrote. This article is actually up on my blog right now. It is posted on our Facebook page, so go check it out, go read it. But the first paragraph, states, what was your favorite candy to find in your Halloween loot after you came home from a long night of door-to-door knocking and faking adorable for the neighbors. Gun to my head, my answer would have to be the pixie stick. There's something about that tart rush of pure pulverized sugar that put in my mind to the right loopy place for the newest Treehouse of Horror installment.
See, that's a cool way to describe it, but it's like, again, I can't even touch pixie stick. That's the poison in general to me. Raw pure sugar to a diabetic. Oh, dude, might as well just be a cyanide capsule.
I know, right?
That's messed up. I mean, the death is going to taste good because you're going to enjoy eating it, but you're not going to enjoy what's going to happen after.
He goes on to saying, but somewhere down the line, I had to pick the habit and not by choice. One Halloween, my parents wanted to check my haul, not to beam with pride at just how much candy he got. Really? Yeah. I can't talk today, okay? I do apologize for that.
She doesn't have the brains right now, y'all. She has a case of the dumbs.
Exactly. So I do apologize, my fellow listeners. But anyways, nor to see just what kind of sugar rush they could expect over the next several weeks, but to ditch all the pixie sticks straight in the trash. Turns out they heard something on the news about a wacko replacing the crystalline deliciousness with, take your pick, 1, cocaine, 2, meth, 3, poison, 4, anthrax, and 5, pure powdered Armageddon. Now, I've never even heard of the last one.
Powdered Armageddon? No, I haven't either. Nor do I want to know what it was. But, like I said, for me, I love talking about Candyman and the topic itself and the fact that we're talking about candy in general. And to any of our little radio wave listeners or adolescent radio wave listeners, I would just recommend, being that I am diabetic, don't consume as much sugar as you guys initially think you're enjoying to right now, because that stuff has dire consequences. And I am living proof of that. I can't go tear up a sticker and go, I go tear up a sticker, I'm going to the floor. So, enjoy the fact you're able to eat it now. I would say don't eat as much of it as you normally consume, because you're overloading your body having to work hard with keeping up with the fact that on a daily basis we put about 6 to 8 to even 10 times the amount of sugar in our body from all the foods we eat, and our body can't naturally process it, so you're already kind of screwing yourself out of a healthy lifestyle. But I digress. Candyman is scary. Candy is scary in general. Why don't we just stop going out for Halloween? No, I'm kidding. I love Halloween. You gotta go dress up. You can go dress up, but I don't think you guys need to eat candy or anything like that. But, just be aware and take care. That's what I'm saying. Be aware and take care.
Mm-hmm. But,
don't mess yourself over. That's what I'm saying. There you go.
Come on. Okay, back in the 70s, you had some whack job that had the fascination of chopping off the little children's peckers off. And then in the 80s, you have another whack job. I don't even know if it's the same whack job or a different whack job. But you have, in the 80s, this whack job just, deciding to go crazy with the drugs to replace the candy.
Yeah. See, stuff like that when I start to sit back and really think about it, and we read up on this, and we're giving you guys the folklore of Candyman, I think for our generation now, our day of Halloweens and stuff like that from the 80s and 90s, like Chira just mentioned, I think guys do this stuff to keep these type of legends and folklore and that allure and that scariness to Halloween alive, because stuff like that could still possibly happen in the world. I'm pretty sure they're trying to keep the lore of like Candyman and stuff alive, because there's actually people out there still messing with candy, even though it doesn't directly correlate with the Candyman and what he does, because he wasn't directly in contact with drugging people's candy. But I just think it's one of these platforms they use in general to keep the scare of that type of thing alive. They keep the folklore of Candyman alive. They keep the folklore of Bloody Mary alive. They keep the folklore of the witch who tried to eat Hansel and Gretel alive. It all ties in together. It's one of these things that they do it purposely because they're a bunch of jackholes, but it also pertains to the fact that they probably grew up on the same urban legend stories that we all grew up on, like Candyman, Bloody Mary, and all that good stuff. So we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. But I honestly I think that's one of the things that they do to keep it going.
I'm sorry, but who in their right twisted kind of mind frame would drug candy and harm innocent little children? What the fuck did these innocent little children ever do to you, man?
Well, like I was saying, they don't need to be technically drugged to candy. When was it okay for a candy bar to be 42 grams of sugar and decide that it was okay for my body to consume it? I was already eating a drug, and that drug is called sugar. Ha! How about you guys stop and think about that one?
Yeah, but not these five, crap on this list that I just read, though.
Yeah, the meth, the cocaine, the, anthrax, and whatever else they want to put in there. Arsenic.
Poison and pure powdered Armageddon.
See, now Candyman ain't starting to sound so bad anymore. Your candy's trying to kill you and to get candy. I ain't gonna take my chances with Candyman still eat my candy, but the fact that I can't eat my candy, and I ain't gonna mess with Candyman, when it means I'm gonna be one, safe, happy, healthy, I'm gonna live to next Halloween, mofo.
You know what, all you have to do is just, go around and, collect, like, a bag of candy, and then, like, sit it on his doorstep, or whatever, and I was like, here's all the candy you can eat, Candyman.
No, I wouldn't do that either, because that's invoking him right there. That's messing with him. I want to mess with the man. You don't get it, Chira. You're trying to mess with him. I ain't trying to mess with him. I'm talking about his folklore, his legend, the fact that he was an awesome artist and he had a raw deal. Mad props to the homeboy being an artist. Much respect on the artistic part. Not, I can't give it respect on I want to dismember, cut people up, and, tear them apart. Can't give you props on that part of it, man. But it does go to show you, and I love that I get to say this because I always say it about artists. I love the fact that they say he was an artist, because that tells you our craft at one point or another will make us go
insane,
crazy. So be nice to your fellow artists, because if you make us snap, you don't want to know what our creative mind can tell us to do to you.
Exactly, because
he goes after people with a rusty hook and the leftover bees and honeys on his body. That's a messed up way to tear somebody up. Just saying.
All I have to say is, yeah, I'm an artist. You don't want to get me to the point where I would snap and get to that point.
Yes, we can paint you a picture of something you don't want to be dealt. You don't want to be dealt that. Trust me.
I'd probably run around with a freaking machete in my hand going after people.
Oh, why are you running from me? I just want to create something beautiful. Come be art with me. Get away from me, you crazy lady. You're running around with a machete and a chainsaw.
But
you don't understand. That's what's wrong with you people. You don't understand my art. You don't understand my craft. Get out of here with all that.
You know what is like the all best time movie? Jason versus Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
That was like the iconic picture of like the It movie of all century. I mean, come on. You have two complete whack jobs who are artists who went batshit crazy. You have one guy with claws as fingers, going into people's dreams and killing them, and then you have the other guy who wore a hockey mask. It was either a hockey mask or a ski mask. With
same difference.
Yeah.
Hockey mask, Jason. Ski mask, bank robber.
Yeah, running around with a chainsaw. No. It was a machete, right?
Jason's machete, yeah. Chainsaw is Leatherface.
Yeah, from the Chainsaw Massacre.
He's another creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how much you want to make a bet that those guys were artists that, someone drove them to insanity?
Well, Jason wasn't really an artist. He was just picked on. That's why he, yeah. Wrong dude to pick on, obviously.
Hey, I mean, can you blame the guy? I mean, come on. I'd do the same thing to him. I would be doing the exact same thing he would be doing. I mean, because...
I'm not going to blame him, but it's like, once you take the people out that did you wrong, do you really need to, hurt an innocent dude? Like, what happens if Jason's like, but you have an actual fan that's like, bro, I love your stuff, man, it's really cool. It sucks what happened to you. Just want to let you know, if anything, bro, I'm a friend of yours. And then he cuts your head off. It's like, well, geez, dude, talk about being an a-hole.
Right.
It's like, I thought you got to know all that. Still, all these years in killing people because you're hurt and you're sad. Who would have thought in all your years you're still a drama queen, bro? That's messed up.
A drama queen?
Yes, it's like, oh, I'm still hurt. I'm going to keep continuing to hurt people even though I've already extracted years and years and years and years of revenge. Horrible, man. Now you're just being selfish.
And that's probably what all these, these guys, they're all just a bunch of drama queens who want nothing but attention. It's like, oh, look at me. I'm a pretty little princess.
Yeah, but now just real quick. Give me one moment. Guys, let me tell you right now. Semi request and all those I was just making fun of. I meant none of that. It was all just for the sake of the show and me being funny. I still respect all y'all. It's all good. And now I'm back. I gotta add another disclaimer in there. Don't you guys be coming knock on my door. I give you guys your respect, your props. I say this for the sake of the show. Don't be getting crazy to me, man. I love y'all. You guys are crazy. I love that stuff about y'all. Just don't. As long as it's someone else and not me, I'm sorry to anyone who just heard me say that. Yes, as long as it's anyone else except me, I am so cool with it.
Hey, come on. We all know that guys are a bunch of drama queens.
That's what you hear me saying right now. As long as it's anybody else except me, as long as I'm the one to live to tell the story about everyone else, I'm absolutely okay with it.
Right?
Yes.
But to get back to the iconic story of Candyman.
Shivered again. Yeah.
Okay, the jumbo pixie sticks are awesome right up until convulsions, that is. And the vomiting and passing out and dying and winding up in the hospital.
See, I always knew Candy was a devil. Candy is the devil. It's the element of evil. That's why I'm diabetic. Damn you, Candy.
Well, it's not necessarily, the sugar from the candy. It's the cocaine, meth, poison, anthrax, and whatever the fuck this is, the pure powdered Armageddon.
Yeah. But still, Candy in general. I'm not going to change my stance on that. Candy in general. You're the devil. Piss me up. Everyone, I have a good, just to jump off topic real quick, I have a great time every Halloween. I love going out there dressing crazy, doing my thing. I even portray Jason. How about that one? There's some I love the dude. He's pretty cool. But, you know what depresses me and gets me kind of sad and I want to shed a tear? All you evil people out there stuffing your face with candy knowing I'm a diabetic. That's just wrong. That's so wrong on so many levels. That's like throwing a recovering addict out on the street with everyone doing his favorite drug. That is just so wrong.
You know, I love it and how we're talking about Candyman and sitting on my desk is none other than Reese's Pieces.
Oh, you jacked up. I'm out. Sorry, people. I'm leaving early. Peace. That's just messed up. I'm done.
Oh, come on. Come back.
No.
Yes.
That's wrong.
Yes.
That's wrong. Why would you... And Reese's Pieces is like my favorite candy. One of my favorite candies. That's just wrong. See what she does to me, my radio wave listener? See what I gotta go through? I gotta be depressed that I can't have candy. I'm talking about a scary mofo called Candyman. We talked about the other scary mofo, Jason, and all that. So now I gotta deal with horror people. Make sure I cover my phone, but to pay respects to the knocking on my door, and I can't have a piece of candy to calm my nerves down. That's wrong. That's wrong. See, what I put myself through for y'all. I love y'all, but it's so wrong. It's just so wrong.
I love it.
Of course you do.
Uh-huh.
Messed up, man. You messed up.
Of course.
Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Candyman. You crazy, dude. We know you got messed up. You don't need to tear up everybody. You can tear up the kid that bullies to other kids. Hey, now there's one I can go for.
Mm-hmm.
This goes out to Candyman, Bloody Mary, and Jason and Freddy Krueger. How about this one, guys? How about you don't mess with the cool, nerdy kids who just want to get good grades and do their thing? How about you go after the jackasses and the bullies and the guys who tried to treat people like dirt? How about you invade their memories? Haunt them in their dreams. Show up in their mirror when they're looking at themselves. Or just generally chase them around for just, giggles for us to scare the daylights out of them. That's using your disability
to an advantage
for the purpose of good and not for evil.
Yes, do it for shits and giggles.
Yes, it'll be the same effect. It'll scare people because they know if they're acting bad and being mean, they're going to be done for. But it gives us good people a fighting chance.
Yes, so leave the good people alone. Go after the evil guys. Okay, better yet, go to prison. Invade all the prisoners' minds.
Oh, man, I love that. Oh, that'd be great. Could you imagine some hard, tough cholo and some dude sees like Candyman in the mirror? Like, I knew it. Oh, you're not so big and bad now, are you?
They'd be running around the courtyard screaming, ah!
Yeah, see, that's good. I like that one. Throw Bloody Mary in there. Throw Candyman in there. Make one of the guards dress up as Jason. Make the other guard dress up as Michael Myers. And have yourself a good old time.
I would pay front row seats just to see the mayhem.
I can totally. But could you imagine, the little window slots they get that they have to look out of, and they get up to go see what's going on, and you just see like a silhouette of Jason or Michael Myers staring in front of the window? Oh boy, I would jump through concrete at that point.
But come on, that would be hilarious.
Epic.
For all the evil horror people, go to the prison, go and scare all the prisoners. Make them shit their pants.
Yeah. Get them back.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Oh.
Now see what's fun for me, and this is going to be one of the things. Now I'm asking this to all of our listeners and our fans on Facebook. When we tell you guys, please go to Chira Project and give us your ideas and stuff like this. But on this topic, since we've posted it up and you guys are going to be able to see it, I want to know if you had not the capability, but if you were fortunate enough to ask Bloody Mary or Candyman, but particularly Candyman, if you were to ask Candyman one important question before he took your head off, what would you ask him? Now, see, that would be a good one for me. It's like, what would you ask him? Because either way, no matter what you say, it's going to be irrelevant. He's going to kill you anyways. But, like, just to throw some knowledge on him, ask him something that'll stop him. Like, stop him dead in his tracks. Just slow him down. I want to know what you guys would ask. I know what I would ask, but honestly, I want you guys, like, if you had a chance to tell some horror person who was coming after you one question before it took you out, and, I mean, they were going to give you a straight-up answer before they did, what would you ask them? That's what I want to know.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Candyman, oh, that'd be easy for me. If I saw him pick up that big old red hood, come down and slash me, I'd be like, whoa! I said, wait, man, hold on. Before you get me, like, you do know all these years that passed, racism is done. Slavery is over. You got all kinds of benefits, dude. You go down there, file your paperwork, get all kinds of kickbacks, dude. You don't need to do all this.
Yeah, exactly. You could even tell the dude, it's like, who do you think is in the White House right now? Some white guy? There's an African-American person in the White House as our president.
No, I was trying to tell him, don't need to kill me. You're free now, man. You can just take off. You're just gone. You don't have to worry about it no more. Don't need to kill me. Trust me.
It's like, you don't have to worry about the white man coming after your ass.
Yep, I don't want your address. I don't want your name. I don't even want your phone number, dude. I ain't coming after you. I'm leaving you alone. If anything, I'll buy you a beer and treat you to lunch. How about that one? Come on, Candyman. It's like, and if you're real nice, if you're not going to kill me, I'll take you to a strip club too. After that, you will have no inkling to want to hurt nobody no more.
And buy you all kinds of candy.
No, I can't do that one, Candyman. I'm not going to buy Candyman candy so he can eat candy in front of a diabetic me. No, then I will kill you myself. I will smooth off your shoulders messing with me like that.
He probably would do it just on purpose, just to see what kind of reaction you'd get out of you.
Yeah, you want to see a reaction. That's what you want to see. That's what, yeah. All he's going to do is go, what the? And that's going to be it.
Oh my god. You see, we have too much fun doing these episodes. That's why we kind of figured just to stick with the unexplained from now on, as, the main topic here, because we have a lot of fun talking about this subject, and we all know that Richard gets scared really easy.
Yeah, but I mean, I like talking about the folklore. Yeah. I like telling you guys the folklore, whether it's a big article or a little article, what we can find. Most of the stuff we're pretty much talking about, part of it's an article, part of it's from our personal experience, because all of us as kids, we've all gone through the stuff. We've all done the Candyman Bloody Mary, because we were being dumb. But, that's the part of the love about it. That's the reason why we do it. Mm-hmm. Now, for me, I throw the humor element in there because I need to be able to go to sleep at night. It's not so much for your guys' benefit. I need to make myself laugh, because if I make myself scared, I ain't going to sleep no more. Now, I have another question for Chira that I completely just thought of out of the blue.
What?
Do you think, and this one's going to trip out the listeners, so pay attention, listeners. Chira, do you think at one point, now, I was sitting there going, what other people do we say the names of in repetition that are not necessarily evil, but can be considered? Maybe at one time they were evil. And the one guy who popped up to my head, because his name is part of the song, and you say it over and over and over and over.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
What happens if Mr. Patty Cake Man was evil?
Or Mr. Sandman.
Or Mr. Sandman. Sandman, I know is evil.
How the hell is he evil?
Because he wants to put people to sleep, whether or not they want to.
But people need their beauty sleep, though.
Yes, but not when you're a kid trying to watch your favorite cartoon or an R-rated movie after your parents went to sleep, because it's your one and only opportunity to do so. And Sandman's like, nope, you out. You're like, you a son of a...
Pew.
Exactly.
Pew.
But see, I think Patty Cake Man was an evil. I think he was either friends with or the man who made the oven for the witch and Hansel and Gretel.
Okay, and I have to ask you this. Who the hell is the Patty Cake Man?
Patty Cake Man, never heard Patty Cake Man? Never heard of that one? I'm not going to tell you we're going to do research for next show. I'm just saying, I'm pointing out, key point, your Patty Cake Man, I firmly believe there's something tied in there. I'm definitely going to do my research, and we're going to do an episode on this. I'm going to do an episode on this, or I'm going to mention it in an episode for you guys, because I'm not done on this. I think there's something going on there. Yes, I'm going to get all conspiracy theory on this bedtime story type situation. I'm going to find out what's going on with that dude.
I mean, the only thing that I've ever heard of patty cake is patty cake, Baker Street.
Exactly, that's him. Patty cake, Baker's man. Would he eat some kids if he can? Exactly my point. That song makes sense. You ain't fooling nobody, Patty Cake Man. I got you, man. I'm gonna do research.
Okay, what about the song when you're jumping on a jump rope? The song that goes with it.
Have you seen how big I am? Do you think I can jump rope at 360 pounds? Nope.
No, but I'm talking about...
I can push the earth beneath me as I move off the ground, yes, but I can't jump.
No, I'm talking about, have you ever heard the song when people are, jump roping?
Not really, because I was just paying attention to, whoa, they're jump roping. It's pretty awesome.
Oh.
Besides jump roping in school, that's something girls did.
Yeah, well, there was a song behind that, though.
There's songs on jump rope and hopscotch and all kinds of stuff.
There could be a significant meaning behind those songs.
I'm telling you, the patty cake. You think you were sly. You think you got away. I found you, man. I'm gonna find some dirt on him.
You better watch yourself.
Yep.
Because your ass is grass.
Well, you gotta put it right. You say his name more than 3 times, and he's talking about baking, and it sounds like like I said, either he knows or he made the oven for the witch and Hansel and Gretel, because that man knows a little too much about things like that. It connects too easily, kind of like La Llorona and the Lady in White. Mm-hmm. And Bloody Mary all connect and Carrie all connect. It's too suspicious sounding. I believe it's all related.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. And then it could be not. I mean, we won't know until we, do our research on this.
Oh, well, it's a fun topic for me. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to let you guys know next time we have another show. I'm going to tell you guys.
Yes.
It's going to be good.
Definitely. I mean, come on. All of our shows is, good, and it always is.
Yes.
We throw in a lot of humor up into the mix.
Like I said, we have to. I ain't going to go to bed all scared. It ain't going to happen.
Chicken.
And?
Scaredy cat, scaredy cat, scaredy cat.
And?
Oh, I'm gonna have fun with your ass on Halloween.
No, you're not, because I ain't gonna be here.
Wanna make a bet?
I'm gonna lock the doors. I'm gonna nope.
I'm gonna be scratching at your window. Let me in. Let me in.
I'm gonna have my headphones on. And I'm gonna be asleep.
Well, if that case were to happen, I'd break a window. I'd scare your ass.
Oh, then I'm calling the cops.
I'd bitch slap the cops too. It's like, come on. You want some of me? Come on.
You do that, he gonna hit you so hard you're gonna see the Sandman. He gonna knock you out.
And then pretty soon I'm gonna be singing, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Oh my god.
Oh man. Wow, that's great. See, Candyman, what you did, you got us all going. We loved it.
It's all for shits and giggles, though.
Yes, but we do it because we generally like to do a show for y'all. You guys know that.
Mm-hmm. And, I've always been, interested in the paranormal anyhow, so. Especially with my background because I am psychic.
Oh, if that's the case, then if you ever have some situation where Bloody Mary and Candyman's coming after you, I hope your powers kick in to let you know beforehand.
I know, right?
Because if it happens out of the blue, you're going to be like, my powers let me down. Oh, that's messed up.
It's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
All right, well, with that being said, for me, it was fun doing this episode. Candyman was kicking butt. Bloody Mary was awesome last episode. I'm definitely looking forward to bringing to you guys another episode. But for now, for today, I believe that's it for moi. I had fun doing it for you guys. Like always, you can check me out on Facebook, on YouTube, and all that good stuff. But until then, hey, my freaks and geeks, I'm Richard Zom, and I'm out of here for the day.
Yeah, we are going to turn in early for the evening. And we hope that you enjoyed this special episode of Bedtime Stories. If there is any type of bedtime story or urban legend or something that scared the bejesus out of you when you were a kid, please tell us. Come on over to our Facebook page and let us know so we can do a segment about it. So with that said and done, I'll talk to y'all later. Until then, peace and love.
Later.
Bye.
Well, that's all the time that we have. But join us again next week where things just might get weird.